Breaking news just out. Kaitlin Armstrong's Jeep Grand Cherokee has just been located. Hello and welcome to True Crime Rocket Science, the most authentic voice in true crime. Well, this is not going to be a long episode. We're going to talk a little bit about the Jeep, where it was found, how much she sold it for, and the circumstances surrounding that. And then I'm also going to be telling you about a live stream that I'm doing later today. I was actually under the impression the black vehicle in the background of this photo, I thought this was Kaitlin's Jeep and that she left it at home on the driveway. And so it does beg the question, when she left Austin, when she flew out to LaGuardia, how did she get to the airport in Austin? Taxi, probably, right? Now, according to the news reports, investigators with the U.S. Marshals Lone Star Fugitive Task Force, they found out that Armstrong sold the car to a CarMax dealership in South Austin on May 13th for $12,200. One wonders when they found that out, or they're just releasing that information now. Armstrong was also provided with a check from the dealership the day after she was questioned by police. You'd also imagine that if she sold the vehicle, that this was one of the tips called in to the U.S. Marshals. Surely they would have indicated this earlier if they'd known it earlier, or perhaps not. Perhaps they'd been holding some of their cards closer to their chests. In any event, the next day, May 14th, Kaitlin Armstrong flew to LaGuardia Airport in New York and hasn't been seen since. She's been a fugitive for around about a month and almost 2 weeks now, a month and a half. It makes one wonder why Kaitlin wasn't tailed after she left the cops. Selling her car the same day or the next day and then catching a flight out soon after were all things the cops could have monitored in real time. And if they were monitoring her and noticing these behaviors, they might have thought, wow, this is quite suspicious given the circumstances. And if they were monitoring it in real time, they wouldn't have had to play catch up to what was happening. Possibly the initial suspicion was either that it was a botched robbery based on the bicycle being taken and not perhaps finding it for the first couple of hours, or that Colin was their prime suspect. Also, a smart move from Kaitlin's side was to get rid of the vehicle. Not only did she have some extra cash to work with after selling the Jeep Grand Cherokee, but the vehicle being gone would have or could have had the authorities searching for the vehicle, rather than, say, checking airports and buying her extra time. We've also seen Deputy Brandon Filler, who's a U.S. Marshal, going on television and saying that basically that they're closing in on Kaitlin. I must say, I don't really get that impression. It's like the evidence trail leading to her feels like it's getting fewer and further between. One also wonders where Christine Armstrong, her sister, fits into this whole equation. So I'm not going to take it further than that. I told you guys it's not going to be a long episode, but you can look out for a live stream later today, probably around about 5 p.m. Eastern time, dealing with the Amber Heard trial and also her chances of an appeal. I've spent more than 2 days, probably 3-4 days, researching and analyzing and collating sources and materials to bring you this particular episode. It's going to be a good one, and we're going to look at all sorts of aspects related to the trial and related to the current news and developments surrounding Depp versus Heard. Now, contingent on how that live goes, I might be doing a follow-up on Daniel Redlick, a case that was recently held in Orlando and is in many instances legally intertextual to the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp case. And so we're going to look at why, to some extent, Daniel was seen as more credible by the jury, and what the main differences were between that case, obviously that was a criminal case, and Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp. So the live dealing with the affidavit and some of the details of the Daniel Redlick case will probably be on Friday, whereas later today we'll deal with Amber Heard and her chances of a successful appeal. I'll put a link to that particular live in the description if you want to make sure you don't miss it. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys next time.